All right, we're the Rusty Beekeeper. I'm Kelsey. I'm the daughter and the young part of the three in Rusty Bees.
My name's Sherry Nielsen. I'm part of the 3 people that make up the Rusty Beekeeper.
Hi, it's Peter Nielsen. It's March 15th, 2020. April 2nd last year, is the first when we got the bees in, so we're just approaching our first year of beekeeping. I was told you're not a beekeeper till you get them through the first year, and we're approaching our first year. So we bought 2 packages of bees, we installed them in our backyards, thought we knew a lot, joined our local bee club, went to a lot of the courses. I've learned a lot, interesting little bugs. Never thought I would got to this point.
My husband and I decided that we were going to try beekeeping in our backyard last spring. And my husband watched a lot of YouTubes and he thought, oh, this is pretty good. I think I could do this. And we'd signed up for a bee class. And on the way to that free class, he said, I think I'm going to cancel the course that I signed up for. And I said, really? He said, yeah, I think I know everything I need to know about beekeeping. I said, okay, well, let's have this class and see what happens. Well, we went to that class and within the first 5 minutes, people had said some very interesting things. And I looked at my husband, Peter, and I said, did you know that? And he said, no, I think I'll keep that other class too.
Now we've got 3 hives. I've ordered another hive, and I'm hoping that these will split come May. So I'm hoping to kind of get to 8 hives as our goal this year.
And each of the sets of hives are going into people's backyards. So we're going to help do that. Other friends of ours also want to do beekeeping. And there's lots of people out there that would like to help the world and keep bees going and do what their part for the environment.
My dad brought bees home. I always think he's into the most random things. And so he brought some bees home and I just decided that I wanted to help. He went and got me a bee suit and we've been in the hives together since then. Over the last year, we had 2 hives and then split one to be 3. So each hive produced almost 1 pound, 100 pounds, my mother's correcting me, 100 pounds of honey. So we were harvesting it all summer, bottling it into jars and selling it. Okay, biggest problem we faced.
So I think the biggest problem we faced this year was really going into the fall. And I thought, we had treated in August after we took the honey off. And then we did an oxalic acid treatment, vapor treatment in December. And I was really surprised on how many mites were in one of our hives. The hive has survived through the winter, but it's about half the volume of bees in there going into spring. So it really stresses how much, we really have to keep on top of our mite load. So that surprised me.
I don't really know the hardest thing we had to overcome personally, my fear.
I think that I really wish that we'd recorded. We were out to supposed to go on vacation. Well, we did go on vacation in June of 2019. And we'd had the bees come in April, and we had one hive that was really going well. And it looked like they were having supersedure cells showing up. And we didn't know what to do. We were supposed to leave on vacation. We were only going to be gone for a week, but we didn't want the bees to swarm. That's one of the main things of being a beekeeper, is preventing your bees from swarming. So we talked to all these master beekeepers and all the different people we learn in the community, because at least going to courses and being part of a community, you have other people to bounce things off of. And every beekeeper is different. So, we were on the phone, we were leaving the next day, and what are we going to do? And everybody had different ideas. And Peter and I just decided that we would just remove the queen supersedure cells and delay them a week, so that by the time that we got home, we hoped that they would be here. And they were.
And your favorite part or coolest thing?
The amazing part, I think, about the bees I've learned so far is how fast they can reproduce, how fast when they're healthy and they've got all their resources at hand, and how fast they pick up and fill a hive and switch into the honey mode, and how fast they pack. Each of these hives the very first year produced over 100 pounds of honey, which really surprised me.
Coolest thing or your favorite thing from the last year so far?
I think that for me, the the most interesting thing from last year is the people that we meet and the conversations that we have. Everybody's so interested in beekeeping. And what I've learned over the last year, just the fact that if one bee was to fly all the way around the world, and just to collecting nectar, and they do all that work just to create a quarter teaspoon of honey.
The coolest thing this year that I experienced was we were in the hives one day and just looking through the frames as we usually do, and a bee was emerging at the exact time that we had the frame out from its honeycomb. So we watched it come out completely and leave the frame that it was on. It was really, really cool. Was it harder than you thought when you started?
The beekeeping is more involved than I thought originally. I used to keep exotic birds, so it's not as bad as that, I think. But they're way more surprising than I originally had anticipated getting into.
Harder than I thought. I wasn't aware of how much time it would take, and that that we have to change kind of when maybe we go on holidays almost every weekend for June, July, and August. There's always something to do with the bees. So you kind of need to be prepared for that, because again, if your job is to prevent them from swarming and to keep them happy in the hives and producing, you got to be here. And although it was really interesting, this year we're all set up. We know what kind of time that's going to take.
I don't think I had any expectations of what it was going to look like, so I kind of just went with the flow of what we were experiencing. And my dad's the master bee guy. I shouldn't say master. My dad's the head beekeeper. My mom bosses us around. She does all the business end of things. And then my role is a little bit more cameraman and being behind the camera and fooling around while we're out there.
Yeah, just trying to do everything organically, trying to do the best we can on keeping bees and starting a new hobby.